Hello students of the A-level computer science. On the AQA side, if you are here, you have most likely, no it's not this, you have most likely found my playlist on Simulator. And if you have just found it because it's, Monday night and you still have a comfortable, not quite 48, 2 p.m, right? You get like 45 hours till the exam starts. So you're only really starting to worry about yourself now. You are exactly my favorite kind of student. Not because of anything this may or may not indicate as to your moral character, because it does not, legend, but because for you, this exercise is really considering the exam like a game to see how do you maximize the amount of marks having minimized the effort. Right? And that's, we stop not even pretending that it's about actually learning things that will stick, and which is fair because actually all exams are like this. So if you found the playlist, there's a lot, the total running hour is I don't even know when I see that, but it's a lot. It's a lot. So my advice to you, this is very popular obviously because it says class walkthrough, but I recorded this first. The playlist is also the arc of me learning the code. So I would say start maybe with, if you've already seen the code, 10 useful things to know. Otherwise, I advise you look at the latest couple of streams, because if you open them, I hope it's not going to start playing. It is. Sorry, should. I have just added all bunch of chapters, so you can zoom, hop in directly. There's a lot of content, they are long, but there's a lot of individual things. You can zoom directly to the relevant bit. Particularly this one, more like you want to get to the end of this one, if you've got access to the ZigZag task, this is my prioritization of how to, if you're starting on the task or want to even do them again, this puts at the top the things that makes you learn the most and practice the most about, not necessarily the type of question, although we have a input validation, and we have some, subclasses of ONT, and we have some stats, which are my favorite kind of prognostic prediction for the, probably the 8 and maybe the first 12, who knows. But because really this is, what do you learn about the code? And those are, well, they're kind of later to be fair, but even 8, even as early as 8 or 4B, you've got stuff that is not really useful to learn about the code. That's kind of too much effort and too complex to learn about the code. So if you start with those in that order, no point doing the first ZigZag task it was fix in version 2, which again is something we discussed on the stream. No, shush.
I can already...
I might mute this tab. Something I've discussed on this stream, I want to say. Right, where we're looking at, I was looking at the previous one. There's one that analyzes the difference between, maybe I've not added it to the playlist. I need to get my YouTube admin sorted out. Anyway, so if you're just starting now, the main ones are the one about the mark schemes, because again, that's one, this is because it's the game. Then either you've seen some of the code and you've done a bit before, start with 10 useful, otherwise start at the beginning and then go to 10 useful. But I recommend, I think, the live stream and jumping, open each of the live streams that are on the thing, maybe look at my previous lives, I've not put them on the playlist, and look at the chapters, because you will find something there's some section B, there's some stuff about section C, there's some stuff about, it's not just about section D, right? There's some, and there's this kind of what tasks are, kind of what to prioritize in the one, and there's even some section A when I'm doing some trace table. There's a trace table of a binary tree. That's the one that I forgot to put in. Yeah, okay, so I see which ones are missing. But don't necessarily start at the beginning. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be streaming one last stream the night before. I'm not doing the morning of, that would be a bit much. But the night before, so I need to line this up. This is Tuesday, the 9th of June 2026, so we can have a one last massive on simulation party together. I actually have some Christmas antlers that look a bit like antennae, so I might wear those as a humorous gesture of fun. Right, no, I'm not going to ask you to start working and start coding, but if you're serious about this, start watching those videos. But don't start necessarily at the beginning, is my point, which was a long way to record for this.